Remember that famous line from 2014? We will bring back all the black money from Swiss banks and deposit rupees 15 lakh into every Indian's account.
मेरे कांकेर के भाइयों बहनों मुझे बताइए कि हमारी चोरी किया हुआ पैसा वापस आना चाहिए कि नहीं आना चाहिए? ये काला धन वापस आना चाहिए? ये चोर लुटेरों से एक एक रुपया वापस लेना चाहिए? इस रुपयों पर जनता का अधिकार है कि नहीं है? अरे एक बार ये जो चोर लुटेरों के पैसे विदेशी बैंकों में जमा है ना, उतने भी हम रुपये ले आए ना, तो भी हिंदुस्तान के एक एक गरीब आदमी को मुफ्त में 15-20 लाख रुपए यूं ही मिल जाएगा। कितने रुपये?
It wasn't just a campaign line, it became an emotion, an aspiration. For years, Swiss bank accounts were seen as the secret vaults where India's stolen wealth was kept. Every protest, every news debate, and every political rally had one common villain, the Swiss bank account. Hello, my name is Tejas and you're watching Honest Take on Lokmat Times. In today's show, we are discussing the massive increase in Indian deposits in the Swiss bank. But before that, please do subscribe to our channel if you haven't already and press the bell icon to continue watching such interesting and informative stories. So let's start. Before 2014, the UPA government was hammered with allegations that it had failed to recover black money stashed abroad. Protesters, activists, and even yoga gurus were on the streets. Reports claimed Indians were among the biggest depositors of illegal wealth in Swiss banks. Though Swiss authorities denied those claims, the damage was already done. Public anger was real. The BJP took that frustration, added a promise of rupees 15 lakh per citizen, and converted it into a national movement. The message was simple: Congress looted, BJP will recover. But 10 years later, the reality is ironic. According to the 2024 report of the Swiss National Bank, Indian money in Swiss banks has tripled in just 1 year, reaching nearly rupees 37,600 crore. Yes, you heard that right. The very vaults that were supposed to be emptied by now are overflowing once again. And this isn't a small jump. It's the highest level since 2021. Now, before we jump to conclusions, let's understand what this number actually means. Does it mean rupees 37,600 crore of black money has secretly gone abroad again? Not quite. The Swiss authorities have clearly explained that this amount includes all the liabilities of Swiss banks towards Indian clients, and that includes individuals, companies, Indian banks, and institutional investors. In fact, only around rupees 3,675 crore, or about 10%, is in individual customer accounts. The remaining 90% comes from institutional and interbank flows, things like Indian banks doing business through Swiss counterparts or companies temporarily parking funds for international transactions. In simple words, most of this money is legal, visible, and likely declared. So no, it's not all black money. But here is the twist. Back in 2011 and 2014, when similar figures were being discussed, though slightly higher, the BJP and its supporters did not make these nuanced explanations. Back then, every rupee in a Swiss bank account was projected as stolen from the people of India. That's what created the rupees 15 lakh expectation in the first place. And that's what makes this increase in 2024 worth talking about. Not because the money itself is necessarily illegal, but because of the political hypocrisy surrounding it. The Modi government has taken many steps since 2014, from demonetization, which was supposed to flush out black money, to signing an automatic information sharing agreement with Switzerland in 2018. From September 2019 onwards, India has been receiving annual data on Indian residents who have Swiss accounts. And yes, multiple cases of financial irregularities have been opened based on this information. In many ways, these are significant reforms. The transparency is now better, and hiding money abroad is not as easy as it used to be. But there is the problem. If the process is better, why are the numbers still rising? If black money is truly being tackled, why is Indian money in Swiss banks not going down? Supporters of the government argue this is clean business related money. It's not like the old days. Critics reply, then why did you use Swiss banks as a political weapon in 2014? If it has always been about legal money, then wasn't the rupees 15 lakh promise based on a lie? This is where the conversation gets uncomfortable for both sides. Because the truth is, neither Congress nor BJP has been fully honest with the public. Both have played politics with the issue, and both have taken credit for small wins while avoiding real accountability. Let's also not forget, the government has received several lists of Indian account holders abroad from countries like Switzerland, Germany, France, but very few names have been made public and almost no major conviction has happened. The studies on black money that were commissioned after 2014 were never published fully. So while the narrative may have changed, the secrecy continues. In 2006, Indian money in Swiss banks was around 6.5 million Swiss francs. That's even higher than today, but back then no one cared. In 2011 and 2013, the numbers came down slightly, but the outrage exploded. Today in 2024, when the number is up again, the outrage is missing. Why? Because those who once screamed about Swiss banks are now in power. And now the same story is being repackaged with technical terms like interbank flows, fiduciary instruments, and non-individual deposits. They are not wrong, but they are being selective. So what should we, the public, take away from all this? First, don't believe every rupee in a Swiss account is black money. That's just not true anymore. Second, don't believe that the problem has been solved either. Just because there is a legal process doesn't mean the fight against illicit wealth is over. And third, don't let political parties get away with weaponizing serious issues during the elections and then backtracking later using jargon. Because the issue isn't just about Swiss banks, it is about trust. It's about how public anger was used to win votes and how silence is now being used to avoid questions. So the next time you hear a new report about Swiss bank deposits rising, don't panic, but don't stay silent either. Ask the right questions. Ask what happened to the names. Ask what actions were taken. Ask whether rupees 15 lakh was ever a realistic promise or just a rhetorical tool, a jumla. Because here is the honest truth. Money might move in and out of Swiss banks, but trust, once broken, is hard to bring back. This was your honest take with me, Tejas, for this day. Stay sharp, stay curious, and don't stop asking tough questions. Because in Indian politics, what's visible is often not the whole story.